It is a rainy, grey Sunday evening. It is so wet right now. Do you want to see? Look at this. Look at that. Look. Look at the trees. Look at them. I have stuff to do, but my study is a mess. My study is a mess. Now, I have a study that I'm very, very grateful for. That rain is a... Oh! Did you see that lightning? It's aggressive. Anyway, I've got a study that I'm so grateful for, but it's a mess right now. Since I moved the drum kit in that my brother has given to me, I have an electric drum kit, you guys. I'm about to be a drummer. I'm about to be a drummer. You have been warned. Cool level, skyrocketing. It's above the frame, that's how cool I'm gonna be. Anyway, since I got this drum kit, the room's been a mess. I've not sorted my life out. I need to sort it out. I'm gonna sort it out right now. But I thought I may as well like make a vlog of it or do like a speed clean thing, you know? Now I think one of the reasons I've been avoiding doing this room is because if I'm completely honest, there's nothing particularly sexy that I wanna do to this room. There's no new item that needs to go up, or, you know, there's nothing that crazy that needs to happen. All I need to do is just clear it out. So I invite you to join me. I'm going to listen to Taylor Swift's album, because I actually haven't listened to the whole thing yet because I've just been busy. Every time I listen to music I arrive at where I'm going to be, or there's something else to do. Anyway, sorry, I haven't even showed you. This is the study. This is it. It's gorgeous, it has potential, but it is a mess. And this light, this heinous blue police cell-like mental institution shade bulb has to go. Has to go. I find it so hard to do work in here because this thing is just the colour of a depression. It looks like depression. So I've bought a bulb that will hopefully solve that. But here's a little overview of what the room is looking like so far. So it's all right. It's not the worst mess, obviously. That my capability for creating mess in life has been way, way more. But it's not looking great, let's be honest. I'm going to get a timer. It's 5:30 now, so I'm going to divide it up into big moves, sorts, and cleaning. So I get 10 minutes to do the big moves, the furniture that needs to move from A to B. The reason I do the big moves first is because it's satisfying. It makes me feel like I'm getting somewhere. So I like to do the big things first. For example, if I'm tidying my room, I will always start by making the bed, because that makes you feel like everything is sorted. And I know that if my bed is not made, I'm in a bad place, like emotionally, it's not good. So big moves first. And then after that, so I place all the little things into the home. I find a home for something. I find a home for the things so they have somewhere to go, and I know that when my room is tidy, this is where these things are kept. Sort and then clean. Best bit, where I hoover, I dust, I do all that jazz. Okay, so big moves come first. Big moves, sorry, that was unpleasant for everyone involved. I felt it within my body, shouldn't have done it. As soon as I raised the arm, I knew that was not my forte. Oh, hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Okay. She's always listening. She's such a creep. You're a creep, Siri. Okay, podcast is going on. In fact, no, I can't do podcasts. I'm doing Taylor Swift. I just need... timer for 10 minutes. The timer for 10 minutes has gone off. And as you can see, we haven't made the most progress. Now, I did take a good few minutes of that timer tying back my hair, so I'm not mad. But let me show you where we've gotten up to so far. This is where we've gotten up to so far now. Oh, what a gorgeous sunset. What an absolutely gorgeous sunset. Oh, pretty. Anyway. Oh, this is the view from the other side, by the way, in case you're wondering. So, I'm literally out of breath. I'm out of breath from lifting and moving everything and also dancing along to Taylor Swift. Someone before told me, like, someone messaged me once on Instagram being like, oh, you're not that bad a dancer. I was like, baby, who said I was bad? Who said I was bad? Thank you. Anyway, this is what I've done. Now, I know aesthetically that doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense, this being here in terms of heights. I mean, it gives me a nice little cave in the desk area, but the reason I've done this is not from an interior design perspective. It is because I would very much like to have the drum kit always out, and I want like this to be like a music corner. And where the drum kit was, it was blocking access to the wardrobe, which is where I keep like my lights, some of my camera stuff, and I want to have easy access to that. I don't want it to be that, oh, every time I try to film something, I have to move the drum kit. So the thoughts, or at least the hope, is that by putting the drum kit here where it can curve a little, I'm just going to use space much better, because actually having the drum kit there, it doesn't feel like it's blocking off the window, even though it is, if that makes sense. And also, I'm a big believer in doubling up on space. So where there has to be empty floor space is where the chairs are. So I'm only really going to be using one chair at a time. So to have empty floor space, you know, I've just got chair space there. Do you know what I mean? Instead of having chair space for the desk, chair space for the drums, now it's just chair space. So I think this makes more sense in terms of getting the absolute most out of this space. And also, as you know, I'm in acting school right now. So one thing I use this room for is for filming self-tapes. So having a blank wall here, oh, look at that baby. Delicious. Having a blank wall where I can film my self-tapes is really important. So if you're wondering why there's just going to be empty space here, it is very intentional. I want empty space. So another thing that I should have done, and that you should always do when you're tidying, is to write down a plan. So I'm going to do that now. That says fail forward on it. A quote from one of the best books I've ever read called Failing Forward. And I'm just going to write a little to-do list. So big moves. I'm not going to put a time limit on this. I'm just going to write the to-do list. Big moves, sort stuff, throw away rubbish. There's so much here that needs to be thrown away. Change light bulb. Oh, I'm so out of breath. Hoover and clean/dust. If I'm able to do those things today, then I'm going to have a tidy room. So I'm going to reset the timer for another 10 minutes. While I finish off the big moves before I then go into sorting stuff. Because as you can see, I don't know if you can see the absolute pile of junk here. I've got a lot of stuff to sort through. I'm not going to lie, I keep saying it's a mess and I've got a lot of stuff. Relative to what I'm capable of, this room was fairly tidy. This is not the biggest sort I've ever had. I've learned a lot recently about being a tidy person. Let me just pause and talk to you guys for a sec. I've learned loads recently about being a tidy person because I kind of got to a stage where I realised my space really affects how I feel. When my space is a mess, I feel a mess. I feel distracted. I feel uncomfortable. I feel unfocused. And so taking that time to clear my space and make sure it's tidy is worth it. But if I'm having to tidy up every day because I'm messing up my room every day, it's just not time efficient. So I kind of had this whole upheaval where I learned how to be a tidy person consistently, so that mess like this is not the norm for me anymore. It used to be, I confess, but now it's not the norm. If my room's messy, it's not an everyday thing. It's like a twice a month, 2 days, twice a month thing, and I sort it out, which is so much better than it used to be. It used to be that my room would be tidy 2 days, twice a month, but now most of the time it's tidy, then every now and then it slips. And one way, well, I'll do a whole video on this because this is a whole video topic, but one way that I made that happen was by deciding where everything goes. Everything has to have a place. Not does it just have to have a place, it has to have a convenient and easily accessible place. If I'm using that thing a lot, if I'm not using that thing a lot, I question whether I should even own it. But if it's something that I use frequently, which is at least once a week, it needs to have an easy to reach convenient place, because otherwise it will not go back to that place, because I had to accept that I can be incredibly lazy to the point where if I just have to, you know, put one top here, one top there, what will I do? Leave both tops on the bed because I couldn't be bothered to go to 2 different places. So knowing that and anticipating that and saying all my tops go in this one section will help me to make that effort to keep it tidy. Anyway, I say all that to say, the sorting that I'm going to be doing on here is just deciding the place for stuff. Now there will be some things which don't have a place yet because I'm waiting till I can install them, but the stuff which can be sorted will be sorted. Okay, hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes and play on Spotify. Play Spotify. It's me. Hi. Sunset for about like 40 minutes and so it is now 6:30, so we're just gonna restart and get back into it. Hey Siri. It's basically just from Tesco. You have these like Kalex bulbs, the multicolour bulbs, and they're kind of actually not that hard to set up, to be honest. You just connect to your Wi-Fi and you can change the colours. It's dimmable. I've got dimmable lights. I mean, it does flicker a bit, but I feel like all of the bulb flickers a lot. That's when I dim it from the switch. But as you can see there, I've set it up and it says the study, and I can now go on here and change all the colours. And it's really cool. I love it. I love these lights. And you can choose the different scenes. So that's nighttime. I am very big on sleep hygiene. So getting one of these bulbs in my room has been perfect for when I don't want any blue light or bright lights. You can have reading mode. So that is like a bright light where you want to read, but not like the disgusting dingy colour of the bulb that was in there before. Then you've got the working mode. Again, even though that's really bright, it still doesn't have that prison vibe that the previous bulb did. I don't know what was wrong with that bulb. So you've got all these different scenes: leisure, soft, I don't know why soft is green, colourful, so colourful will just keep changing automatically. Cool, so I think I'm going to leave it on reading for now because that's a good temperature light. Okay, sorry, just it is usable for now. It's still not, you know, it's not quite the dream study, but in many ways I actually don't want it to be, because I feel like when a room is too pretty or there's too much to look at, I don't get that much work done. All I need in here is for it to be practical and not distracting, and I feel like that's what it is right now. It is practical to enable me to do work and it's not distracting. I don't think I'm going to try and glam it up at all, she says, knowing me at night. It is later than planned. It's 10 to 8, but to be honest that's actually not too bad. It's 10 to 8, so it did take 2 hours longer than estimated, which it was always going to. I do the 10-minute timer and whatnot in order to kind of trick myself into seeing how fast I can do it, and by trying to hit a goal I just generally go faster than I would have, and just knowing that I'm on a timer I tend to move faster. And now for my favourite part of doing a task. I learnt this a little while ago, or maybe coming up to a year now. My sister told it to me. It's a hack that some people with ADHD might try to use in order to help themselves not get overwhelmed. And it's basically in the same way as I made this to-do list, I'm going to make a done list. So the things that I needed to do today that I've done. Now I'm not gonna do it about the whole day right now because this video is just about the study. But what I basically do is that I quit for the day. I quit trying to get stuff done, and I just focus on the stuff that I have gotten done. And I found that this makes a huge difference in helping me to feel less overwhelmed and just like better about the amount of things that I have to do. So things that I managed to do fairly forward. I did the big move, so I moved the big shelf, I moved all the books, I rearranged them so that they don't look weird. I moved the drum kit, which I was nervous about, and I didn't break anything. I do need to try it with headphones though to see if it still works. I haven't quite taken the rubbish down, but I did pack it all into a bin bag, so I'm not going to take that yet because I need to actually take the rubbish down out of the house. I did sort through my stuff. I sorted through more than I thought I would actually. Like a load of my papers I sorted through, and the plan had been to just put them all in a pile, so I'm quite happy with that. I changed the light bulb, I hoovered, I cleaned and I dusted. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6. 5 out of 6 is not bad, if I might say so myself. I'm pretty pleased about that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a little break, and then I'm actually going to learn some lines for my acting class tomorrow. I'm doing a scene, a dialogue scene, duologue, I don't know, 2 people scene with one of my classmates, so I need to just unit it and go through it and learn the lines. yeah, I'm gonna end the video there. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you're enjoying the more frequent uploads. I plan on continuing it, so please leave a like, drop me a comment to let me know that you're watching and that you're still here with me. I really appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Let me know what other videos you want to see. I've been thinking of doing like live workouts every morning, because that's another part of life that I really want to sort out, is like my consistency when it comes to working out. I've not been very consistent, so I know that a couple of years ago I did live 5 AM workouts on my Instagram and I got into really good shape, you guys, I'm not gonna lie. So maybe I should do that again, but on YouTube maybe. I don't know, let me know. I feel like I just need a cup of chamomile tea. I'm probably gonna do that, have a cup of tea and do some jamming. Do you reckon I should put a shelf up there in the corner? Can I put a shelf up there? Let me know what you think. Okay, good night guys. I love you so much. See you in my next video. Bye.